So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. We are having a wine manufacture. This is a Blauer Zweigelt, and this is from 2023. Auf Deutsch, in German, that would be 2023. And this is a regular favorite and a bit of a cult favorite around Bayern here, Bavaria. And we've had the 21, the 22, but now we're going to step into this 23 and just see, right? It is just so playful in the nose, right? And you can feel that terroir coming right through as well, right? It's like that slightly metallic kind of a... It's just like it's almost just kind of sprinkled over the cassis that's well on the nose. Now, it's got a slight little cassis bite to it. It's just a wonderful wine. It's just playful. It's playful and it's fruity. It's very dry. It's got a smooth finish and really no tannins to speak of. If it's ever so slightly tannic, I think that'll just be because you've kind of got that thing going where you can just taste it. I do not, so lucky me, I guess, unless I wanted a tannic wine. But no, this is a fabulous wine. And this is one of those that will roll in around 7 or 8 euros, so it's always nice to see they got plenty on the shelf. Kind of just load up with those, right? And my friend Jeff, who was here with us yesterday, kind of doing a guest solve and preparing himself for some Monday and Tuesday solutions in the future when I may be on vacation. So, word's out. If you're a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of guy, Saturday kind of gal, you want to fill in if I might want to actually take my darling Shotzi on a vacation, then please reach out. Let's talk. We'll set up a Zoom call and we'll chat through it, see if it's something you want to do. But I'd much rather friends and viewers, right? With the reason Jeff, right? You know, I mean, people who are already in part of the channel, part of the family. I want everybody to kind of get involved if that's what we want to do, right? But otherwise, I guess I just won't take a vacation. Whatever. Anyway, it is thundering outside today. You know how rare that is? In Texas, anywhere I've lived in the States, it's something of a commonplace banality. But here, it's rare. But we are in this post-summer rainy season thing going on, and it has been really raining, and it's still warm-ish outside. I say ish, I mean it's just not freezing. So the plants are thriving in it, right? You know, and then we got to haul them all in, and that's when our living room will look like the jungle, right? You know, for the winter, fall, winter, spring, because fall, winter, spring is called snow. But for now, these are looking pretty good. So why don't we hop into our grid, see what we've got for our Monday? I think we got a Christina Iverson grid here. So, all right, she's the ephemeral constructor, and in a lot of ways, she sets the standard across the board. So this should be a fun Monday. I imagine it'll be a little tricky in places because she's a tricky one. We like that. Edited by Will Shorts, July 14th. Let's go for our grid. See what we got. So Twilight Heroine. Never seen a single one of them, but I know it's Bella. And Edward. And then Jacob, I think, the werewolf. Yeah. I picked it all up from someone back behind me, and also from the crossword. You can't help but learn it. Just become like, ooh, like I've never heard the song Azo Beso, right? You know, but there it popped in yesterday, and it was always in the grid back in the 90s. So it's interesting to see that in Olio come through, right? You know, but yeah. Got Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, and we're not just talking Beastie Boys here. It's an actual, you know, there's actually a whole background story to that thing. It's kind of cool. Tall in Spanish. I don't know if we're going to have an A or an O appellative. We can go with alto. We'll find that out. We can probably just do that right now. Pleasant to be around. So how about likable? I don't know that I would ever use the term likable. If I was going to go out of my way to say someone was likable, I would just call them affable. I might even go so far as to say that they're a jocular sort. But, suffix with lemon or lime. How about an aid? Okay, that's what we're coming right along now with our grid. Intentionally missed calls from, say.
Secrets, do we?
That's very strange, baby. I don't even know what that's all about. Maybe it's allowing you to add some text to the photographs to create a meme.
Sorry, y'all.
No, like this is an informal setting. We're all just friends here solving a crossword together. It's all good. If you got a question about your phone, bring it to me, but I won't have an answer. I don't know anything about them. Let's see. Intentionally missed calls from, say, how about to avoid? As in completely disoriented, could just be lost. And I would also say of someone that maybe they were a C. Just because, you know, in case they heard me. I'm going to take a chance that they didn't know what a C meant, but that lost they would surely get. Textile pattern that resembles braided wicker, and that would be a basket weave. I was just talking about that today. My friend Robin bought her aunt a basket weave purse. She lives in an assisted living center in, Florida. And she just left Germany to go spend a week getting her, so she bought her this basket weave purse. I said, oh, that's very nice basket weave. She goes, wow, that's right, that is a basket weave. Of course. I like this stuff. So assessment for short. So I guess we got an eval, and we're going to go ahead and put in our basket weave, and then hope that I'm right, so as to not embarrass myself or to make such a big deal out of it. Eventually, we'll take a shot here and say maybe one day. But then we'll promptly check ourselves because I gamble a little, but not a lot. Blank pants. Garment with lots of pockets. So maybe cargo pants. Website ending for the whitehouse.gov. I remember a cartoon in the New Yorker a few years back. This dude's talking to a new hire, and he's wearing cargo pants, and he's got like T-squares and all kinds of stuff coming out, calculators and memo pads. It's just full of stuff. And he's like, well, we don't have desks, but we wear cargo pants. It's part of our culture. And I was like, oh, it's funny. Director Johnson, and this is Ryan, is it R-I-A-N? I can't keep up. Layered bulb could be an onion, or as Justin Wilson would say, an onion. How y'all are? Crouch down in fear could be to cower, something I can honestly say I've never done. Probably would have been smart to do it on a few occasions, but I never have.
Yes, it would have been.
Yeah, little bitty dude, little bitty slight dude. Don't see height, don't see girth in anybody. I just see.
And a little bit not so little now.
All over again. I knew. Chopped down could be hewn. Band whose albums include Sticky Fingers and Let It Bleed. Absolutely. Familiarly, this will be the Stones. And I'm telling you, Mick Jagger is still every bit the rock star, right? What is he, 104? I mean, I don't even know how old the guy is, but I'm telling you, with a 22-inch waist running around like he's still in the 60s singing Sympathy for the Devil. You gotta love that dude. Brer Rabbit. I'm liking this wine a lot. 500 sheets of paper. How about a ream? And sir and madam for 2. And I can only assume we're going for titles here. I haven't really thought about that before. More as a gesture of respect. But sure, title, why not? When I think titles, I think, lieutenant, captain, colonel, congressman, senator, madam president, that kind of thing. I think, duchess, dukes, earls, and countesses and stuff as titles. I don't know why that is. That's just how I've always... sure, Mr. and Mrs., why not? Like a score of 2-2, we're tied up, right? So, both teams are alive at that point. Ready for a mate. Oh my, here we go again. We're getting a little Guardian-ish on us here. Are we in heat? Okay. Steinbeck novella set on a horse ranch, and that is the Red Pony. Takes me a minute. Big fan. Big fan of Steinbeck. Poetic before, how about an air? And start of a memo in Ray. Most boring essay I ever had to write was In Re Alger Hiss. It was interesting to do the research, but it was boring to write. Laura of Big Little Lies. I mean, that was a good show. And I love Alexander Skarsgård, but he had to go. He had to go. Painting that might make you blush. Oh, well, surely my sensibilities aren't that sensitive. Let's see. Playwright O'Neill could be Eugene, but for some reason I wanted to put Eudora in here. I was just dying to get some Welty out of me, right? I don't know what's going on with that. Goodness, I can't do that. Goodness, huh? How about a gosh no? And again, promptly check, because that's kind of a strange one. Like a kid in a sister t-shirt vis-a-vis one in a sister onesie. How about older? I'm the older sister. Pioneer in instant messaging. Get an ending in an L. I'm assuming we're going for AOL. You've got mail. Clamor. Could be noise. And if you remember, you've got mail. You're old. So what streets and avenues often make collectively... Oh, did we get a grid in here? That's nice. So English pop singer whose name sounds like a goofy hint to the ends of 1738, 11, and 29 down. Well, basket weave, red pony. I don't know enough yet, but I have enough room here. Is this an R? Gaelic language could be Ers. I'm going to go with Harry Styles, and we were just talking about it. No, that was Ed Sheeran. Never mind. Kind of the same thing, but not the same thing. Let's put Harry Styles in here and see if that works for us. Strings of digits to keep. Secret and brief. So far, we're looking good. SSN, social security numbers. Multicolored gemstones. I'm assuming opals. They are rather vibrant. And I just love that pearlesque quality. Prismatic, really. Yet, informally. Well, I don't know. Yet. Person could be a human. So I guess that's going to be a though. T-H-O. That just threw me for a loop. All right, so we got an alma mater. Blank in the 58 Down Girl Ryan Gosling film. Okay, this is where I get hemmed up. Let's see. Unfortunate way for business to go. I'm assuming belly up. So now I've got LA blank S and then blank EAL. So I'm going to just assume this is someone named Lars and the real girl. Because I don't have a clue.
Yes.
Well, Shotzi agrees that it's Lars and the real girl. Because I was going to put it, but I was going to be thinking the whole time, I hope it's not Latz and the teal girl. I mean, I don't know. So, first, second, or reverse as an example. So maybe a gear. And Philadelphia's Liberty Bell. Let's check our downs before I go over to the southwest corner to finish. Big name in aspirin right here in Deutschland. Bayer. Got the Airs grid, older. I think we got all of that looking pretty accounted for. Let's see what we got over here. Color for some business casual pants. And I'm imagining khaki, but let's see. Little uns. Little uns. If that was Cockney, it could be little nuns. Little uns. But we don't know, do we? No. So I'm going to go with kiddos. Wishes. Hopes. Hopes, maybe. I see khaki forming at 50 down. Like some chemical bonds. I'm assuming ionic. And like winter roads at times. All the time here. And so I think we got khaki. So just making sure. Year in Portuguese. Año and... We are family. Kin. Very nice. Okay, got it. Moving on. I don't have a voice. I can barely carry a tune, but I do like to sing, and I sing like no one's listening. Clearly. What the Roman numeral XX represents, and I do believe we're talking about 20. And inclined to attend gallery openings, perhaps, maybe arty. Vigorously strong, robust, maybe. Could be. Could be speedy. Could be fast. Common setting for a joke. Okay. You get the bar. So you got the rabbi and the priest, and then, I don't know, whomever else. Superman walking to a bar. Got an Alfa Romeo. I do miss ours. I just wish we'd owned that 69 Alfa Romeo Spider convertible when we could have afforded to own that car. It was in the shop every week. Dual Weber carburetors, 1 barrel each. I mean, it was just fast, though. Dual overhead cam, beautiful little car. But it was in the shop too much. Sledding event that debuted in the 2022 Winter Olympics, and I think that could be is this an N? Alternative to grandma or granny could be a nan. Yeah, I think it's like a mono. I can't remember now. Well, good thing we got some other stuff to put in here. Lil Nas, got Lil Nas making an appearance. The ones over there could be those. And Main Airport, if as an example, could be a hub. And so I think this is a monobob. Postseason football game. Let's go bowling. Lois Lane and co-workers at the Daily Planet. And I guess we're talking about reporters. Monobob. Call from a drill sergeant. Hup. I don't know. I was never a sergeant. But I was an officer, but I don't remember ever hearing a drill sergeant saying "hup" anything. I don't think they would do that. Marvin Hamlish musical. They're playing our song. Very nice. Now I've heard it in an Elvis movie or Elvis song, the GI Blues. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, occupation. But I mean, it wasn't. It's not a hup too. I don't know. Maybe Marines maybe. But they don't have drill sergeants. They have drill instructors. Yeah, I don't know. A book after 2 Chronicles, Ezra. Okay, so, and like I was saying yesterday to the newly inculcated here, right? You wanted to get into the crosswords, can I make you bright and witty at cocktail parties? You'll be ready on the fly with something great, and it's true. It will do that for you. But as we showed down there at 49 across, you know your Roman numerals, right? But for certain, memorize the books of the Bible and in order. Just get that down. New Testament's pretty easy. It's the Old Testament that's really, really long. But it's okay. And it's fun to read, actually. So maybe read it. It's fun. Frighten off as from doing something. How about to deter? And Film Award that has had the categories Worst Excuse for an Actual Movie and Most Flatulent Teen Targeted Movie. Oh, we're talking about a Razzie. Okay. That's just funny. Okay. I do have an idea to solve global warming, and I figured I'd go ahead and just write it all out and turn it in for an Ig Nobel Prize. That'd be kind of a fun thing to have hang on the wall. The Ig Nobel Prize. Why not, right? Really love. How about Adele? Very nice. Moody rock subgenre. Okay. Emo. We used to just call it goth. I don't know. I guess goth was too many letters, so we wanted to pare it down from 4 to 3. I'm not sure what that was all about. Partner of a cone or of a reel. I think we're going with rods. And we've been doing an awful lot of optometry there lately. We're doing a lot of rods and cones and stuff. And I think that's kind of funny, to be honest with you. So gourmet bread for a hamburger. We got ourselves a pretzel bun, which are also, speaking of commonplace banalities, very common here in Germany. School group in charge of fundraisers would probably be the PTA, and we've got Marissa Tomei. And so I don't know, if Fat Finger's something, we'll find it. But how do we do, Bob? Beautiful. Yeah, I would say that in all, it was just a really fun grid, right? So well done, Christina Iverson, as always. Just super stuff. No apparent theme to it, but some of the answers that you're kind of used to getting, you really kind of pulled it off. And, you got some really great cluing going on there. And it didn't have to go overboard to where the average Monday solver, like the Monday only solver, which I think we've all been there at some point in our solving career, our solving life, perhaps a lifestyle. I don't know how you want to classify that, but it wouldn't have been too much to get around for the classic Monday-only solver who's waiting to graduate to Tuesdays and Wednesdays and so on. But just a beautiful, beautiful grid. Very clever all the way around. And you're kind of limited on Monday because of the challenging aspect of it, but I think you knocked it out of the ballpark, so fantastic effort here today. Let's go ahead and bring down our Bannier Dad, too. And so there we have it. Has anybody had any ideas about what should be the 6th and 7th orders, right? You know? Yeah, we got the post, pre, antepenultimate, the pre, antepenultimate, the antepenultimate, penultimate, the ultimate. And that's great when I'm trying to describe the Guardian grids. But what could we use for 6 and 7? Because we have 7 days of the week. It'd be nice if I could describe Monday as the blank, blank, post, pre, antepenultimate. So I know we got a very, very, very bright audience. Shoot me an email or just comment on the grid. Let me know what your thoughts are. Got a lot of comments overnight too. I can't wait to get to them. It's just impossible during the day. I'm very busy at work, and then get home, do the grid after dinner. So I'll get these uploading, and then I'll go through and I'll answer. But very interesting, even on Facebook, one of the friends of the channel, super guy, Neil, had tagged me in a post because he lives in London, but he was showing me where there was a place that was chartered by the state of Texas at some point, I guess when it was either its own country, when it was its own republic, or after it had become a state. I'm not sure. I have seen it. I've got photographs of it. I'm going to have to pull those off a hard drive later, and that's going to be almost impossible since everything's USB-C now. But at some point I'm going to have to show him that. I got those pictures back in 2006 in London when I was visiting the first time. And but yeah, it's really very cool. So I love it when we interact and you share things with me and bring things to mind to bear that I might have forgotten about over the years. It's always so much fun, but it's the interaction, it's the community aspect of this that makes this whole place great. So until we see you again, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch und auch ein schönes Woche. Und tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin, be well, take care out there. We want to have you arrive alive tomorrow. And until then, try to be nice to strangers if you can at all help it. Cheers, be well.